I was looking for volunteer opportunities. I have actually volunteered in many different places in Frederick, but nothing was really speaking to me. And a friend said, "Why don't you try the mission?" And so I did. I started out in the kitchen, food prep, and I really loved that. But I kept looking out to see the guests that we were serving, and I just had this longing to know their stories and to talk with them. I observed other staff members and other volunteers praying with them, but I wasn't comfortable with praying with them. But I also noticed it wasn't just in the cafeteria. I noticed it in the front office, on the porch, on the front lawn, people praying. And I thought that was just something so beautiful, and I wanted to be a part of it. Then I learned of Tom's Bible study on Tuesday afternoons, and I thought I'd give that a try because I am somebody that really struggled with understanding God's Word.
She kept asking me to repeat things because, she said, well, I don't know if I can, I need to hear things more than once, more than 3 times before I start to understand it. I said, no, she's a lot smarter than she let on to be.
So I became a fierce student of His Word, and I became hungry to learn more and more. Then, as I went back to the tables, I became more comfortable in praying and sharing God with them, because I even remember specifically some certain times that I said, well, you know what I just learned in Bible study? And I could share it with them, and it became so natural to do that.
She's very small, and again, very meek and humble. And yet, she would go and talk to anybody. And she kind of got a reputation for that. Little Colleen would just go anywhere and talk to anybody and had no fear.
Then Terry invited me to join the ministry team, and that just grew me.
People who are interested in just being face-to-face with people on our campus, and they go out and are armed with Bible tracts and also service sheets, and they'll go out to the line of people who are standing out in line for groceries. And so our ministry team goes out and just looks at them face-to-face and say, hey, how can I pray for you?
This guy came into the cafeteria for lunch. I went over to him and asked if I could sit down, and he said yes, and I sat down, but he was very agitated. And he said, I don't know what to do. And he kept repeating that, I don't know what to do, I just don't know what to do. I shared the gospel with him, and during this time, he was very attentive, listened, but he was also crying. At the end, I said, can I pray with you? And he said yes, and we held hands. And as we prayed, he just started sobbing, and like an uncontrollable sobbing. When I was done, he said he had to go, but before he left, he said, can I give you a hug? And I said yes. And as he hugged me, he said, there was a reason why I was brought here today, and there's a reason why you talked with me. I used to be somebody that was very quiet, didn't pray with people, didn't share the gospel with people. But the more you are in God's Word and learning more about who He is, you gain a holy confidence, totally dependent on Him. This is a very special place where, the staff and the volunteers just show the love of Christ so clearly and so boldly here. And to be a part of it is such an honor.